Personal development projects are focused on developing an aspect of yourself. So you might set a goal and work towards meeting it. So a student down here, for example, how can my 3-point shooting average be improved? This student wanted to improve their sleep. This student wanted to improve their Highland dancing routine and mindset so they could win a championship. And this student wanted to do more about volunteering, make better decisions. So when you decide to do this, you need to think, okay, how am I going to incorporate research into this? So I can't just stand out on the basketball court and shoot hoops. I'm going to have to get some research into it. So this is where interviews with experts come in. So you might interview a coach, you might interview a star shooter, surveys of teams. You might collect data, so you look at what's my 3-point shooting average now, what can it be in the future. Might attend courses and document all of that. So those are the kinds of research methods that you might use. You also might need to think about how you're going to address bias. So if you are doing the research entirely just on yourself, then your research is going to be very biased by your own opinions and your experiences. So you need to be able to think about how you're going to get research from others so that your research isn't just biased by your opinions. If you're also going to try and develop something about yourself, you need to think, how am I going to measure my development? So for the student here looking at sleep, they used a sleep app. So they monitored how long they were sleeping at night and the percentages in each stage of sleep, etc. So you need to have ways of gathering numerical data. So number of hours you spend doing an activity, or how many items you get correct, or a scale to measure your mood, or whatever it is that you're keeping, that you're measuring. And you need to be very consistent with your record keeping. So it's not enough just to have some measurements at the start and the end. It needs to be regular throughout so that it's more reliable. You might also take photos. So if you're developing a skill, or footage as well can be appropriate. Then you have got evidence and you can use this in your outcome. And speaking of the outcome, you also should think about how you're going to present your findings. So this is where the footage can be really important, or the photos, so that you're showing, I started off here and I ended up here. And you also still need to have a way of including all of your other research. So it may be by referencing the research that others have done, or using images or graphs or quotes or data tables. But again, these projects are very rewarding because it's something about you and you're improving an aspect of yourself.